I don't see. Was he in Facebook?
YouTube.
I don't see him. Maybe it didn't come up. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Aha, there we go. There we go. He said, "Hey, I thought I was gonna get invited back. What happened? Yeah, I'm gonna get you." We'll be like Vernell. Was it Vernell Jones from Martin? Hey, rerun. How many times I told you? Plenty. How many times you been on the show? Never. I get you back, Reese. Real talk, real talk. We're gonna get you on. So welcome to the show, guys. Freestyle Friday. You know how we do. Blessings, Lisa. Uh, hey, Deborah, and Mama Corey in the building. Great morning to you. Thank you guys for being here, rocking with us, being a part of all that we do. You know, what's so funny about um, when you learn the name of your friend's mother, like, and well, at least for me, like I could never call you by your first name. Like so it's gonna be forever either Miss such and such or like Mama McCory. Like I can never, you know, unless someone say, "Hey, what's Mama Corey name?" I'll probably I think it's Shirley. I've seen it 1,000 times. I'm like, I don't call that name. I don't never call
Yeah.
that.
I I don't know. I feel like I'm gonna get slapped in the mouth
I
if
guess
something like that happens.
he said, "Nor should you." Right, right, Chris.
Yeah, that's an automatic slap.
Right,
Even
right.
though
You
it
feel
won't
like
happen,
from
it just
somewhere,
feel like
right,
it's
right.
gonna come.
You feel like, and it's funny, right? So, um, uh, one of my wife's friends, their dad, like we was hanging out and stuff, and may rest in peace. He's passed some a time ago. We were hanging out, and I was like, "Hey, his name is Ray." But I was like, "Hey, what's up, Mister Ray?" He's like, "Man, you grown man. You have to call me Mister." I said, "Nah, we good, Mister Ray." I can't. There's no transitioning. There is
Yeah,
no transit. You are always got that level of respect, and it's just funny because I always think like, I know I probably had to be corrected at some point,
right.
like so maybe real young, so young, I got, like I said, I got the smack in the mouth and I just got programmed quick. Like, oh, parents are Mr. and Mrs., right? Like,
Yeah,
and I find out last names, unless their first name comes with a Mr. You let me know. They let me know. We let me know.
right.
Like,
When I was growing up, my grandmother wouldn't even let her call. You're not grandma. I'm grandmother,
wow.
right? And
Wow.
grandfather, my grandpa. We ended
Right.
up calling grandpa, but grandmother, nope, it ain't happening. Grandmother, not grandma,
Not
not
grandma.
grand anything else.
Grand
And
mother.
you know, I got a cousin. She's the one that always bucks against the system, so she calls everybody something different. But um, for most of us, we had Aunt Shirley, Uncle
Right.
this, Uncle
Right.
that.
Uncle,
You know,
gotta have the title. There's a title behind it. Right. He, he said, if I called your mom by her first name, I don't like her. He said, shout out to Kareem Empress.
oh,
So, shots fired somewhere. Shots fired
somewhere,
somewhere.
someone is feeling some type of way.
What's up, Jeff? Good morning. Right. He said, not Granny. Right.
No granny.
Shut it
Granny is.
down.
I get you in
He
trouble.
said, "Oh dang, Granny and sister respect right out of the gate." Right, right. Don't call me Granny. All right, I think
She
you're
had
right.
a she had a standard. And it was like
Right,
keep that standard.
right,
Yeah, that's like calling someone that I just feel that some kind of way now. I'm 50 years old and I
right.
still feel, you
Yeah,
could be 10 years older than me,
right.
unless we're
Yeah,
friends.
right, right. Unless somehow we started off as
Right.
friends, like you old, like I meet you now, like we friends,
Yeah. If I
whatever.
meet
But
you right now, you're
yeah,
still respected.
right, right,
It's different. I'm gonna
yeah,
put a Mr. or Mrs. or
right.
something. And
Mister,
that's a
Mister,
southern thing though, too, because I'm from California.
what's
Growing
up?
up, we never had that, the titles or anything else. It
Right,
was literally, you know, there were some things, but that Mr. and Mrs. and
right,
the things that happen in the South, I learned that from living in Atlanta. And
right.
so, and just getting it but hey, I like it. Yeah, my kids now. This is Mr. Such and Such. This is cousin such and such. There's a title that goes in front of their name.
Right. Definitely. Definitely.
Yeah.
What's up, gentlemen? Canadian,
What it
aka
is,
Jada
what it
Kiss.
do.
Pastor
Good
Brian A.
morning.
McCrory.
Happy Friday.
Happy
Freestyle Friday for you.
Freestyle.
Bless the Lord. We made it through.
Dad jokes for you.
Oh man, he had to top it off with a little roundabout dad joke. Oh God.
Yeah.
Come on, Thomas. Why you doing it like that, bro?
I was just saying something, you know.
Yeah, but you didn't have to say that, bro.
I want to say this real quick. I know I can't see your hat, but I see the red sweatshirt. And
no Pyru Hill.
Pastor has. I know there's no association, but Pastor has
Pyru Hill
hat on. So it just made me think about the football game this weekend, and I'm wondering, are you nervous, Pastor? Are you nervous? Are you think you got this? Because I mean, the Niners been balling lately.
He should be. Dallas going down in a ball of flames. He should be.
You know what's funny is no one expects Dallas to win this weekend.
No, I ain't gonna say that. You somebody.
Dallas fans,
he said you is somebody.
Listen. I'm keeping it real.
Right.
San Francisco is a beast of a football team.
Right.
They're playing the best football in the NFL and have been for the last 10 weeks. Even with the third string quarterback, they're 6-0 with the third string quarterback. So none of the correspondents are calling for Dallas to win.
And I'm one of them.
Right. And that's cool, which means we're playing with house money.
Not really.
I'm gonna say this.
If we lose, because I know how dominant I look at the position players, Deebo Samuels and Christian McCaffrey and Kittle. I mean, they are loaded, and the only weak spot they have, which has been and their third string quarterback doesn't appear to be a weak spot. Brock Purdy has been balling out of his mind. So no one expected Dallas to beat Tampa.
What? Oh, come on now. You
so here's my point.
You Kool-Aid now.
Here's my point. Let Dallas win this weekend.
Oh, listen. Okay.
I want everybody here on Monday.
Every year I hear house money. Every year.
Not with Dallas.
Money. We play with house money. And every year you lose your house money.
No,
sometimes you got to. I didn't hear you talk about anything about your team. I heard you talk about the other team. You have all the stats on the other team. You have all the position players and third string quarterback doing this. You act like you working with scrubs. You got scrubs on your team.
Preach.
That's me watching the clock, waiting for you all to get done.
We already know that.
We know you about to downplay your Dallas Cow.
Downplay because you know what that is.
If they win this house, they lost
a miracle.
They lost the house money.
Yeah.
We gonna have a rent party in case they lose.
Right.
We gonna
have a rent party.
That's the trauma of years after year after year being let down. We gotta say something up front just in case. So on Monday, hypothetically, if they lose on Monday, that way you could come in and say, "See, we just had house money anyways. We was just, and then listen, your team got just as much of a chance as anybody else. San Francisco's not unbeatable.
Ain't none of them unbeatable.
All right.
Y'all done?
Jacksonville might go in Kansas City and beat
20-something years.
So Reese says they must refer to me as grandfather and speak with the British accent.
Wait. I didn't get a chance to respond, man. They just poured out.
All right. Let them respond.
They poured and poured and poured.
All right.
Hey, Tom, let us speak.
Countdown 30 seconds.
Oh, I get 30 seconds. Ain't that funny? It's funny. Like I've never used the term house money with the Dallas Cowboys. I'm saying today because no one expects Dallas to win this game, right? I'm not talking about Brian. When I said that, Kaneem was like, no, no. I'm saying outside of Dallas Cowboy fans, no one expects Dallas to win. So that puts the Dallas Cowboys in a position to play with house money. That's what that means. And if it was any other team, that's exactly what it would be. What I'm saying is we won last week and no one expected us to win. Now, you can talk about all the people who may have expected us to win outside of Dallas, but I will tell you from what my ears heard, last week, everyone was expecting a choke job from Dallas, having never beat Tom Brady, 0-7 against Tom Brady. And then not only did we go in and beat him, we go in and mop them. All right. Then the following week, crickets. And then when the next game comes, oh, y'all gonna get blown out. Anybody? Nope. All this, yeah. But here's the thing: the Dallas Cowboys have not won a playoff game. Now they've won a playoff game. I'm happy. See, what you guys have to understand is this: is what you have to understand about me. There's nothing you can say.
Okay. No more points. No.
All I have to say is that star standard. That's a 1-star standard right there.
When we come in to beat San Francisco, I want all your faces here on Monday. If we lose, my face will still be here. But if we win, y'all better be here.
All right.
Yeah.
Moving right along. So yesterday, right, I wasn't here, right? I know abruptly I did not show up. I sent a message out. I apologize because I'm part of I won't say janky. I don't want to talk too bad about them, but my daughter's school is just, I don't know what they're doing. So my daughter was in a spelling bee, right? So just a quick story, because I don't think I'm long-winded, but I'll get corrected on that. So
you are long-winded.
See, this right here, I got you. So you can hang out right there while I talk. So one day last week, or no, actually a couple of weeks ago, my daughter texted, she got a phone. She texted, "Hey, I just won the spelling bee in my class." I was like, "Oh, congratulations. All right, cool." Thinking this like a one-off, just, and then the next day she go to school and she's like, "Hey, I just won the spelling bee for on my class, my grade level." I'm like, "Oh, okay. This thing is looking like it's something." Hey, she come home. I'm like, "Okay, so when's the next, because I'm a parent. I want to be there." Like, can I be there? Is there an audience? Can there be a crowd or something? She's like, "I don't know when it's going to be. They haven't sent anything." So 2 or 3 days later, she sent me a text. She's like, "I just won the school spelling bee." I'm like, "Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Congratulations. Why are we not getting notifications about this?" So I'm like, okay, so obviously there's a regional or something for the district going on. Like, boom. All right, so we can get ready. There got to be stuff. And she's like, "I don't know. I'm not getting information." Now, just backstory, because children. My daughter is very inquisitive. She pushes when she needs to know stuff. She asks. So information don't get lost on her. Like some children, like unfortunately, my son, sometimes information gets lost. But her, she's on it. Like, I don't know. I'm asking every day, trying to find out what's going on. And so flashback to this week, on Wednesday, she sends me a text message and a picture to me and my wife, like, "Hey, this is the notification for the regional spelling bee." I'm looking. Why is it tomorrow? Like, tomorrow? Like, tomorrow. Like, all the kids from the district, everybody coming together tomorrow. Like, no practice. I didn't get the jury will get on your nerves. None of that. We just going. So we going. I'm like, all right, let's go. Right? This is my beef. So we go. She's like, "Dad, I just don't want to lose the first round." She's like, "I don't want to be embarrassed." Like, if I could at least just get past the first round, we're fine. I'm like, "I know, baby." And I know everyone with parents, your children lose. You don't want them to fall apart. Like, "Babe, there's a chance you could lose, but we try your best. It's going to be okay." Just a kind of lesson to mitigate the waterfall of tears. So we go, 41 children. Boom, first round, second round, third round. I was like, "All right, baby, we doing it. We doing it big time." We get about to the 7th round. and kids got knocked off a lot. There was 4 kids left. My child was one of them. I was like, oh snap, we are in the end zone. Like we are this close. Boom, another round, another kid, another round, another kid. Oh snap! I took a picture. I'm gonna post it up. 2 kids are left, and mine is one of them. Like, and so it's a back. It's literally like 4 more rounds. Because and after they told me they literally ran out of words. The official word they were going by because it was going so long. Unfortunately, she did come as runner up. As a dad and watching, if I had the whole replay, you'd be like, I feel like she got robbed. But but I'm the dad. Like, of course you're gonna say that. But she did. She was amazing. Like, hit me with words. I'm looking like, oh man, I don't think I know that one. I'm Googling, knocking them out. So shout out to my daughter. She did an amazing job. Like I said, all we was trying to do was get past the first round. So the lady over, she's like, because the last 4, you get to go to the I guess it's gonna be maybe the state level, whatever the next level is. So shout out to her. So we're gonna actually get a word list because there's a word list. Everybody else been practicing. They were ready for it. We were just like, I guess we're just gonna try our best. So we're gonna get ready. So shout out to her. It's telling you, like I'm texting Sam, like, oh my gosh, it's another round. She's like, what's happening? It's another round.
Congratulations, Alexis. That is awesome.
It went good.
I do have a question though. How do you get cheated in a spelling bee? Like they give all the hard words and they give
no.
It can happen.
Most times in the end, right? You get a word, right? And then I'll talk about that in a second. You get a word like expectation, right? And you get it wrong, right? This is the end. You get it wrong. Pastor's supposed to come up. He's supposed to get expectation and then another word. That's generally the rule. But they weren't doing that. They were shooting out words. And then, so it's funny. The spelling bee is like playing cards. So, case in point, second round, the first word for the first person was water. W-A-T-E-R. Water. Like the person, like right after my daughter got some big word, I was like, oh, and they were out because it was like, I can't even remember the word. I wrote it down, but it was like, so it's like you never know which word you're gonna get that's gonna throw you off. One is like hemorrhage. I think the word was that they challenged because in there is an additional H in the word, right? That don't sound. Like he said it. Of course, he spelled it phonetically, but he didn't spell it correct. Because I knew it was gonna throw. I was like, oh yeah, he's not gonna get this unless he knows the word, And he didn't. They challenged him. He said the H. He knew he didn't say the H, but he was like, they saying I said the H, so they have to do a replay. Like they go, you can listen to it because everything's recorded. They was like, that dude didn't say the H. So, but it was interesting. So towards the end though, so they didn't do that. Plus, my daughter's getting like, and because she's like, I'm getting 9-letter words, he getting like 5-letter words. Like towards the end, yeah. I felt like they knew it. So yeah, that was my big thing. But it's so funny. Like I said, it's like a card game. Eventually you're gonna get that word, but each round is just you don't know what word you're gonna get because you're like, oh, I knew that word.
Water. What's
right? When I said water, I was like,
country of origin? Can you use it in a sentence, please?
What's
so
that's awesome.
Congratulations, Alexis.
Yeah, yes, indeed.
So that's completely the opposite of what happened with this poor soul on Wheel of Fortune, I think is what it's called, where they have to, they give the letters. Isn't that the game where they give the letters and have to spell? Yeah. Some guy was on a roll, had every letter. All he had to do was say the words, and he mispronounced the last word and lost. I mean, this is out there. This is out there on social media.
Yeah.
And he won all the prizes
and
didn't get anything because he mispronounced the word.
Mm.
It was bad. It was bad.
Yeah,
I'd love to show it to you guys, but I don't want to bore everybody because it's on my. I sent it to some people just as a laugh, but it was bad, you guys.
All right. Let's see. All right, so some top stories.
Wait,
Man, I got one.
You got one?
I got one.
All right. Oh, okay.
It's puzzling. It's puzzling me because I'm kind of confused at the
Wait,
state
you guys,
of today's society
them-
and culture.
Yeah. Go ahead. Go ahead, Kaneem. We're gonna get. I'm gonna let Kaneem get started.
Wait, I thought.
You got it. You got it up.
I got it. Yeah, I got it.
Oh,
Okay.
go ahead.
Go ahead, do it then. Because Kaneem about to go deep on us.
There's a
Deeper than Jacques.
Last round to try to get the other half. Wow. L. There's an L. Pick it up. You got both halves.
Oh, and your brother. Kill it
So,
again.
Can I solve?
Yeah.
The world's fastest man.
yeah, that's it.
So the guy asked for a C. He thought it was saying the world's fastest car.
Oh,
Right? And then right after that, he go, watch this.
On the spot dice spin.
Shelby?
On the spot decision.
Yeah, that's it.
He said on the spot dice spin. And the phrase was on the spot decision. 3 times that day.
Wow.
He had got all the money, got the prizes, and mispronounced, misquoted. It was bad.
Wow.
It was bad.
Now
And the girl was standing right there. She was like, "Can I?" And she just
you need to tell him to use dice spin in a sentence.
Right. Can I get a sentence in that place?
Dice spin.
What country of origin?
You setting us back. You setting us back 30, 40 years. Dice spin.
too smart for his own good.
Some poor dude can't read. He couldn't read.
Right. He can guess all day. He can't read
all day. He can't read.
Come on, man.
All right, Kadeem, what's going on? What's bothering you?
Man, so I saw this, and I was like just a little disturbed, a little puzzled, a little uneased. So transgender went to prison.
Mm-hmm.
They put she in a male prison. 6 months. Got out and sued and won $1.5 million because she was supposed to be in a female prison. How do you even designate or segregate? I'm trying to figure out which word I should use.
How? What is the determinant? What is the determinant?
Differentiate.
Yeah, right.
Segregate.
where
you supposed to go?
Right.
When you on your birth certificate,
right.
it say one thing.
Right.
On your ID, it say something different.
Interesting.
But when you walk up with a full beard and braids,
yo, I'm supposed to be in a woman's prison.
hey, but then you get out and sue and you win.
Right. I'm just gonna preface by this is the episode that's just gonna get us all.
So let me just say
let's
this.
Go in.
Pretty interesting thing. So I'm in school now, and I'm taking a master's in justice involved care. And one of the scenarios of our class is really breaking this thing down, which you're asking.
Yeah.
And we all have different opinions because there's no standard out there for it. There's no standard that says this is the way it should be. But there are protections in place for people like that, right? And one of the things that we have a consensus on, and I don't know, some prisons have this and some prisons don't, but what are you packing basically?
Right.
How you're have you had your surgeries done? Have you had certain things done?
Right.
you know,
What's the stand? Right.
Yeah,
Because
there's.
if I
But
just
you know,
say I am,
my thing is like you have a woman's prison, you have a men's prison. I think you should have a trans prison. I think
I
you
was
should have a
thinking that too.
prison where people can be themselves and
Right.
be comfortable. Because you go one way or the other, there's challenges both ways. You put a person who's trans in a male prison,
Right.
they're gonna get drugged,
Right.
eventually. But
Yeah.
you put them
They're
in a
gonna get
female
what?
prison, they're gonna get people pregnant. It's like you have this catch-22. So it's like you there has to be a new standard, especially with the way things are in society today.
Right.
Like more people are in that space and they're heading to prison, and so you can't put them in the same space of women because even though you're a trans or you're feeling a certain type of way, you can still be actively
Right. Right.
doing
Like,
things if you have the right equipment, right? And so
right.
I think it depends on the equipment.
Right.
So
I ride with you on that, bro.
how do you feel though? Because I mean, 1 point whatever million, because you didn't put them in the
1.5.
right category. What do you feel?
Right.
I guess it's like you said that there is no
There's no standard. There's no
there's
law.
no
There's
standard
no.
set on how you
Right.
should handle it.
Right.
But when you put it in the perspective that you said about the equipment, if you didn't have the surgery and you no longer have a penis,
Right.
then
Or
and you have
like Jeff said, he said, put them where most of the hot dogs reside.
if you didn't have the surgery and you went all the way through with it,
Right.
you know what I'm saying? Then yeah, I guess that you should go to a female prison because you can't get nobody pregnant. But if there's just something that you identify with and you ain't went all the way through with it,
Right.
you know what I'm saying? You ain't done everything, like the equipment you was talking about.
Right.
Right.
And yeah, I mean, whether you like it or not, you got to go over here and defend yourself over here. You got to go to the male prison. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But to sue the legal system, I'm
Right.
talking about.
Right. No, I'm with you. I'm with you. That don't. Yeah.
To sue and win.
Right.
I mean,
I'm probably gonna look into that. Like, how they do. Right.
Where is it illegal?
Right.
Or where is it against the law?
Oh, right. Right.
To put you where your gender has been designated from birth.
Right.
Where is it illegal for us to put you over here? You feel what I'm saying?
100%.
Well, someone's gonna sue eventually and win, like the person who sued McDonald's because their coffee was too hot.
And won.
Yeah. There's gonna be someone who's first out there to get it, and then now they're gonna have to put some standards in place, and now on the coffee lid it has to say caution hot. You didn't tell me my coffee.
I mean, listen, I almost, I know y'all gonna hate me for this one, but the coffee thing, like I was watching, I don't know what I was watching, and that coffee case came up. I mean, the heat, like it really burned into her skin. Like I think it was above, a few degrees above what it should have been being served as. Like I know everyone, it was coffee, but I think it was hotter than it should have been.
No.
If that, I'm just, how do you feel?
Okay, I get that. I get it, but listen,
because we got to hold companies honest when they do things improper.
A person who drinks coffee, I feel like it's gonna be hot.
It's like having a gun, right? You bought a gun. You realize a bullet can hit you if you point the gun towards you.
You can't even make a coffee unless it's instant.
Yeah.
That's don't ask me that question.
You can't make coffee, right?
Right.
So
I mean, like I said,
another thing.
But we know there's boiling hot too. There's hot and there's boiling hot. Go ahead. Go ahead, bro.
Switch the topics on it. Did y'all see or hear that in the Trump rape deposition that he thought that the lady
that's putting up the Bible on us? He's like, I'm reading the Bible.
He wasn't trying to have that conversation because he has he wants to say something.
I know.
I'll say nothing. Like, you know what? Was accusing him of rape was his wife.
Oh, I know. What? That was crazy. I read that story when you sent it.
Come on now.
That's crazy. Okay, point of reference. Let's go. Let's go.
My question is, how can there ever be regulation for confusion?
We do it
Oh,
now. Then we can regulate a lot of confusion right now.
Regulate a
I'm
lot
just
of
saying.
confusion, right.
It's
No.
Slap
How
alarms.
do you? Yeah, you know how you regulate
What's up?
confusion? You put them in the confusion house,
Right.
so they can get straight. So I'm saying you can't. The reason why it's so odd is because you can't regulate confusion. If you're not sure
Right.
of your identity, how can I build a law around confusion?
Right.
Okay, let's go back to Trump. You were saying, I'm sorry.
yeah. So Trump thought that the lady who was accusing him of rape was his wife.
Wife.
And I
Showing
was
a
like,
picture. Showing a picture. He's like, that's my
I'm like,
wife.
come on, man.
It's like,
Come
no,
on.
that's.
But
that's,
that just goes to show you got all these legal issues, rape. You got conspiracy, possibly treason. You got all these legal.
Hold on. You see, Thomas, did you see how he did that? You see how he did it? You got all these issues. You be stealing, you be messing around, and you got capital murder. Like, how do you throw murder in there?
I'm sure you've been paying somebody knocked
Trump
off.
Trump would have done wrong. I mean, and I'm not listening to rape, but he threw treason in there. Treason is a whole.
But you're asking, how can Trump have all this stuff around him? Right?
Hey, I'm just waiting on the next debate for the Republicans to happen, because when they get up there, all his little Republican opponents, they gonna pull all this information out.
No.
Wait.
Hold on.
Trump legal issues.
I thought Trump was going to prison. You said
the debate gonna be
now you're saying, how can
in
all
the
this
next
happen?
6 months? Next 6 months.
Wait,
the debate
next 6
is
months
gonna be in the next 6 months.
Did he just get prophetic, Pastor? He just got prophetic on us.
Come August, September, when they get out there on the camp, because the election in 2024.
He said August, September. That's like 7, 8 months. So I'm gonna give you the 7, 8.
You gotta get out there now.
6 months.
Yeah.
He said August, September. So give him that 7, 8 months that he's talking about.
7, 8 months. Yeah.
I'm gonna give you 7, 8 months.
I said it. I'm gonna stand on it, and that's what it's gonna be.
All right, let's go.
That's what it's gonna be.
Hey,
so Kaneem, have you ever?
They can't send him to prison for stealing documents, because now Joe Biden got documents.
He might be going to prison for rape.
Look. Sounded me like everybody probably has documents in their garage.
He said, "Andy verifies this message." Right? Oh, yeah. That's what. Like, so my thing is, right. My thing is, if my opponent or other side, if I'm one party and my other party is doing something else, right? Why would I dig into it when I know I probably did the same thing? You know what I'm saying? Does that make sense? Why not? Like, if I'm doing something wrong, and and me and Thomas on the opposite end, Thomas is doing it. Why not get up? Like, you know what? Maybe he made a mistake. I'm making excuses for him, but I make excuses for me. You know what I'm saying? Like, maybe he didn't really mean to do it. Try to.
It's kind of like the dude that gets, goes out and does a crime. He's like, I didn't think I was gonna get caught.
Right.
Right.
Okay.
I didn't think I was gonna get caught, but then you get caught. It's like something else. But Kaneem, have you ever put a timeline on this Trump thing before? Is this the first time you ever?
No, it's first. It's prophetic. This is new stuff.
Yeah. I'm prophetic about this, Tom. Yeah, no. I mean, before the inauguration in January of 2025.
Right.
January 2025, when they go up there to DC and they do the inauguration, and the Chief Justice come up there and put your hand on the Bible, Trump will be locked down.
And if he isn't,
then I just be dead wrong. I'll be dead wrong, but I believe it with all my soul.
Let me get past the end because he got to roll out. What's going on?
Yeah, just real quick on that note of incarceration, and I have to leave because I have an appointment.
Yes, sir.
2 guys were caught and convicted of stealing a calendar. Both of them got 6 months.
Y'all didn't see that coming.
Hey,
You didn't see that coming, did you?
All that.
I did.
You
I
didn't see
seen
it
it.
coming.
I seen it coming.
I seen it coming. I was like,
I
I'm
seen it
not
coming,
gonna
too.
say nothing.
Yeah, all that.
Kareem is like, he's gonna get
All that. It ain't even 9:59. All that. Yeah. All that. Yeah. Thank you for leaving us with that blessing. Gotcha.
Look, Jeff said, Kareem will say out loud, I love Donald Trump.
No.
Hold on, wait, says Kareem. He said,
Hang
let me
on.
borrow his Trump 2024 banner.
No.
And Bishop
No.
K, whoever that may be, what's up?
No, sir. I believe
Bishop.
that he will have I really hope he got a perp walk. I hope it's either the handcuffs in front or behind. I'm really, that's what I want to see. I want to see him. Hopefully it's in New York when they put them cuffs on him too. Like,
Never. They didn't even put
I don't
Madoff
want to be.
in
I
cuffs
don't
like
want to
that.
be in Florida.
Did Madoff have cuffs? I don't think Madoff had cuffs. I don't even think Madoff got the perk walk.
Madoff did get the perk walk.
Did he
Yeah,
get the perk
remember
walk?
they were outside throwing stuff at him?
Yeah, but he had his hands. He was smacking. Yeah, they're.
Oh yeah, he did.
Remember he pushed somebody back like get him out the way.
He sure did.
Yeah,
well, I hope Trump get that then. I hope
at
Trump
least
get
that.
that.
Okay,
Yeah,
at least that. Okay.
Cameras have to push folks back off of them. You know what I'm saying? Microphone in his face. How do you feel about being the first president ever to be convicted?
Only reason I feel like he wouldn't if by some miracle he does they do go get him is because he's an ex-president. He's gonna have Secret Service and they're gonna escort him out properly. He's gonna walk out just like the president. And that
I don't know,
presidential
man.
walk.
He be bucking the Secret Service, man. I think he might try to duck and dodge. Yeah, I'm trying to tell you, man. I don't think Trump gonna go down just like with grace and dignity.
Hey guys, just give me a few minutes. I'm coming out in the moment.
I can see them pulling on him
and go out there
pulling on him. Hey, shirt, tail, light, everything. I'm telling you, it's gonna be ugly. Yeah, I don't think he's just gonna go down like that. All people,
right?
He's gonna go to
Russia. He's gonna go to another country.
I don't know if they're gonna let him make it. Well, let's say he probably would have to do that, but I don't think another country would actually keep him now. Like, because money is what's gonna help you. If you can't do nothing for us, well, what we hiring you for? And if we give you up, and they talk about giving us something, what are we gonna hire you for? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah, you can't do nothing. I'm gonna say I doubt that this country would ever convict on this. They will hide it. So I as much as I want to say, hey, you could be right about all the evidence, you could be right about everything. I don't have faith in the justice system to convict
he made it real hard.
Not a president. Not an ex-president.
If all the stuff that came out on him before he became president was there, how you like to grab people and do things like that.
I almost feel
all
like
that stuff comes out and he still can be elected president. Come on, man.
Come on, man.
But he didn't have no legal issues back then. Like
I feel like it was coming. A lot of stuff was coming down the pike.
He got criminal issues now.
But they're not criminal in this point where they're indicting him. He's not. They're not going to a grand jury with this stuff. They're not doing anything. If they have all this evidence, listen, I've seen people convicted for a lot less. Right.
Yeah, but they have a lot of money.
I've seen people go and but he also has all the resources too. He has the resources necessary to fight all this and all that. You got to realize there's limitations to this mess and this madness. Yeah. So one of these days he'll probably just fade on out. We won't be talking about him no more. And
I ain't gonna let it fade.
Gonna fade to the background. Yeah.
I think I almost feel like he ran for president because he had so much stuff going on. He's like, my only escape, if I could become president, I can probably get away from this stuff. I can leverage enough to not have to, I got power, I got judges, I got, I can get on the ultimate level of leverage, because being president is probably the ultimate level of leverage in this country, probably in the world.
Okay, so here's the ultimate leverage that he has, not even as a seated president, but
right.
to push the party forward, to get somebody
Yeah.
in office that can pardon him or get some things going. That, listen, I'm going to give you all the support that that you need to get to where you need to go. I'm going to put you in position to be successful.
Right.
Just make sure you handle, take care of it.
Take it. Right.
Listen, that's the thing. You got.
And then he's like, yes, I did it all. I did it all. I'm out.
Yeah. But all that's about to be toxic, man. I'm telling you. That's like old buddy down there in Florida. He's starting to get that little toxic smell to him too. With the AP class. Yeah. I'm like,
not allowing the African American AP classes. Yeah, that's.
I'm like, come on now. Now, out of all the classes that you could have, or you should have, ain't never been nobody ever declined or said that there was an AP class, and it just happened to be the first time in Florida history.
Right.
It got to be African American studies.
Right. So African American studies, they shut down the AP class for African American studies, but they've allowed all the other, I think it was like Spanish history, all the other histories. And just for clarity for everybody that didn't read the story, so DeSantis shot it down. Not only did he shoot it down and tell him come back with corrections, he didn't put out what corrections needed to be done, because they said they understand that things needs to be fixed or whatever based on whatever the standard is, but he didn't put exactly what needed to be fixed for the African American AP classes. So it's like what's the message here? Why is there, if you're shooting it down, what's the reason? What have you put your reasons? So
the man got an anti-woke culture campaign going on. How you anti-woke?
Right.
You sleep.
Yeah. You sleep. That's good.
Well, why you promoting that though? Like, woke is kind of like a term for black culture to recognize.
But let me say this: you can be anti-woke and still be black, because a lot of times when you start thinking about that woke culture, it walks into everything. Everything. You don't shine a light on everything, right? Everything doesn't need a light, and that's the problem. So you start to dilute the meaning behind it, and when you start to dilute what it means and everything else, it becomes a problem. So we give other people and cultures and everything the fuel that they need to be anti whatever.
Right.
Sometimes if we keep it strong, we keep the focus and the momentum where it needs to be.
Right.
If you bring a culture like the woke culture into something,
right.
Yeah, you can make some strides, but you don't, in 2017, you were hearing woke, right?
Yeah.
And then when we went through the pandemic and all the other stuff, it became even more. What do you hear about it now?
Yeah.
2023, it's like, not many people staying woke.
Right. Right.
Everyone's falling back to sleep again.
Indeed.
I can't argue with that.
All right. So listen, we appreciate you guys for being here. I just want to make a quick announcement. I am no longer going to be identified as a dad. I will now be identified as a mom. So that makes me transparent.
Oh man.
That's for Pastor. All right.
But I was gonna say I'm afraid for the calendar because it's going so fast. I'm afraid for the calendar.
Why is
this
that?
days are numbered.
I'm afraid for both of y'all. Both of y'all have been infected with Brian McCrory foolishness. Hey, they got you in spirit, Brian. They got you in spirit. They got you in spirit, brother.
Oh, he said he had me worried for a minute. Nah, I got you, Lisa. I'm good.
He
right,
is transparent. Okay.
He said, bro, you went transparent, right? Oh man. All right. So we appreciate you guys for being here. We look forward to seeing you guys next week. We're gonna be here on Monday. Continue to stay safe, make good choices, drive safe, man. It's crazy out there. As well as tell somebody that you love them. Tell them that you love them, that you appreciate them. If you've not talked to certain family members in a while, just call them, text them. That's the beauty thing about text. Like, just say, hey,
I ain't got to say.
you ain't got to call them. So, because we know some conversations just go, they like good, and they go left. Like, how did I find myself in this conversation? Like, this is why I didn't want to call.
What they gonna lie to me about today?
Jeff said I thought he was half serious at first. Like, wait a minute, what just happened to the show? We're past that. All right, so we appreciate you guys. We look forward to seeing you guys tomorrow. Not tomorrow, Monday. So be safe. Know that we love you. Jesus loves you more. 988. If you or someone you love is having a mental health crisis, make sure you dial 988. I think that's it. Any last words?
What's that number when you have to get your $1,500 back?
Almost curry. Hey, almost curry. Boy, I tell you, hey, that dude right there dirty. That dude right there dirty. Boy, dirty.
Oh,
hey, all y'all is still on.
I just couldn't help it.
Next week we're gonna have a fat folk conversation about the best breakfast joints where you ain't got to get out the car. Fat folk conversation.
Best
fat
breakfast
folk
conversation.
Best breakfast joint where you ain't got to get out the car.
Appreciate y'all. 933. We did. We hit you with two jazz. I ain't got a whole bunch. I wasn't.
No, he left early. He left early. Mama Corey, your son, had to dip to another meeting. I ain't got no dad joke. He say that now. But anyway, y'all just have a good day, man. It's always good to see y'all and catch up with y'all next week.
All right, guys.
So why was Cinderella so bad at soccer?
I don't know. I'm gone.
Because she kept running away from the ball. Anyways, not as good as him.
Right.
We tried.
All right, guys. We appreciate you. We'll see you next week. Peace out.